guys can stop it at the end or
No, I don't have enough going on up here already.
But I'd rather sit close.
No, of course. No, I'm joking.
I don't know where it is in that.
Okay, yeah.
You're good.
I've been sitting in fucking air-conditioned ass rooms all day. I'm like, damn, I better appreciate this nice weather. This is nice to me. Yeah, it's hot, but it's better than the dead of winter. Then it's gonna. We're about to have a really bad winter. This is climate change is happening. We're about to have a really fucking bad winter. I care. Okay, I can't live. I can't. We do this. No, it's gonna be. There's gonna be like incapacitating. Hey, I'm trying to enjoy this mild humid. Yep. Let's see. Okay. Yep. So I remember how to do that.
Just freezing to you know where.
How do I?
I'm ready. I'm
Go home. I want to go to college. Yeah. Hey Nathan, do you know how to go live through the SGA page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I just like got here from practice. Yes.
Oh, cool beans. Ah, there I am. Connected. Yep.
Unfortunately, it's not the same scale.
All right, people, we're live.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I said over there. What size is the clicker?
I don't know. They're right there.
Yeah, okay, David and Jacob can grab clickers. Because those are the only two IDs I got. Yes. Right now, it's current senators, I believe. What's happening? Current senators. Yep.
Wait, are we in a score?
No, we're going to find out right about now. No, we are. You look nice. Yeah.
Yes, it's a restaurant.
Distinct idea.
Alright, any current senators that didn't get one, come over to me.
Current senators.
Wait, yeah, I'm me. What if instead of giving you my ID, I give you 3?
Wait, I don't like how this is like on Alyssa, do VPs get to vote? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Goals are, do VPs vote? Oh, yeah, you do. But she can't. I don't.
Do we know what the reason
And I don't veto. Yeah, we veto. No, I don't. Did you hand deliver this to me? So VPs are still technically like up there.
Hey!
Go buy yourself something nice. Okay, well, this is $5 in there.
Okay.
So guys, this is our first live Facebook video, so that's pretty exciting.
First one.
What?
I got the first one.
Yeah.
Of course, like, again,
What? Okay. This is really lame. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna start. So, fellow senators could rise. Current senators could rise, please. Wait, are we at quorum first?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. Ethan, Caitlin, Olivia, Thomas, David. That's 6 of us. I think last time I counted, there's 19.
Senators?
And Jacob. Sorry, you're not standing.
Yeah, I did say stand. Okay, so we have 7.
Yep.
We don't. Yeah, we're gonna have to call people and make them resign. Okay. We.
the student senate of technology, we reaffirm our responsibility to loyally represent the student body and effectively improve the quality of campus life.
We're at 8, by the way. Eric is here.
Cool. 8 out of 19. So we just need one more. Who is a senator, current senator that's not here that we can easily call and have quit?
You only need
Okay.
50%.
What?
You only need 50%.
Yeah, but we're at 8 out of 19.
So we need 2 more.
Oh shit, we need 2 more.
I got 2. Well, I mean, can we count Jillian because we didn't count this one?
Is that without Jillian?
I didn't count Jillian.
Okay, so we need 1 more.
Okay, I got you. I'll do it.
You can do it.
Hold on.
Alright, before we start, well, I'll just explain this really quick because we have a lot of people here. So, just general rules for everyone at the meeting. Raise your hand, wait to be acknowledged by the chair, that's me. If you agree with something that was said, please just snap or give a thumbs up. No need to raise your hand and say that you agree with something. Be concise, you have 1 minute to talk max per 1 turn. Stay relevant to the topic. I'll cut you off if you want a tangent, talkative turn, or repeat something that's already been said. And discussion time will be capped at a total of 10 minutes maximum per org, and for a general open floor discussion. And these rules apply to everyone, whether or not you're actually in SGA or just attending and watching. Thanks. Unfinished business? None. Yay. Okay. New business. We have presentations, so we'll start with the Oriental Culture and Dance.
Should we first make sure that we're going to have quorum before they present?
Then we'll just wait.
Can you pull up the roster and call people?
Yeah, I'm calling someone.
Gina and Jessica still from events committee. That's what I know.
Hey, Sam, can you give the phone to City? City Smith?
Okay, we'll go find her. Please, please, please.
Alyssa, we could also just do new senators first, swear them in, and then have them.
Wait, I thought, are we not at 9 now? We're at 9, right?
We need 10.
We're at 10. Oh, we need 10?
Hold on, she's almost here. Yeah, we just need her to resign as senator so that way we can fill quorum at our meeting. Okay, good. No, I just need her to tell me over the phone. You're on speaker. You're on speaker. Okay, you're on. What's this? I feel like other people. Okay, it's not. She needs to resign. I need to hear it. Please. Rebecca from ASI. That's what it says. She's finding her right now. Welcome to SGA, everyone. I really appreciate you cooperating with me.
Bullseye, how many you got in your committee?
Without?
How many?
Without Jillian or with Jillian?
Without.
And we're calling.
Wait, do I have to go there physically?
No, you don't. Can you please just tell me that you resign as senator and you resign your duties? Okay.
Illinois Institute of Technology.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry to bother you.
My phone died.
Okay. And we're on quorum. So now we will proceed with the Oriental Culture and Dance.
I don't know what happened last.
Okay. Oh, why do I need access? Oh, because you sent it to me.
Switch accounts.
Switch it. Oh, wait, May. This is.
Oh, hey, what's going on over there? Oh. I mean, it's my laptop.
Sorry.
I got like 3 emails.
Now we know your password lanes.
Come on.
Are you sure you spoke your name right?
Oh, I love when this happens. No. No.
Dude, what's wrong? Wait, what's wrong with the slides right there?
What do you
What's
mean?
wrong with hers? Yeah, she's.
No. I click on it. I need permission because it was sent to me. So I have access to
Okay,
it.
go back to the email. Go back to the email account.
I will check this. I'm so sorry. What do you mean? Like here?
You could just type in Gmail and log into your Gmail.
Is this what we have to
Too
have?
easy.
Hit up the Nelson thing.
Okay, now we're on my email, everyone. Now we should be able to use. Wait, where am I? Okay. Open. We'll just do this. Yep. Switch accounts. Switch accounts.
Is it shared with your main account?
Click it.
It
I
says
am.
it's great.
Oh gosh.
Go back to your mail.
Sign out of
Everyone yelling at her isn't gonna help.
everyone continue yelling.
Go to your drive.
Can you just accept access? Can you just give her access? Yeah. We're gonna do that.
And what's the email address?
You should get an email. Oh wait, actually E Nelson. Nelson. Bates.
Is
At
it
hawk.iit. Oh, E Nelson 8. Don't forget her email.
Because I'm not an original.
E Nelson 8 at hawk.iit.edu.
soon? Check it.
Okay, let's try this. Thank you so much. So sorry about that.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It's the first time, right?
Yeah. You will have 5 minutes to present, and then you'll be presented with questions after.
Okay.
Okay. And you can begin.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name's Winshan Lambert. You can call me Vanessa. Just make it easier for you guys. I am going to business school. I enrolled in business school for my dual master degree. I graduated from one of it, and I'm trying to finish my last 3 courses for my MBA this semester. I've been running a dance team underneath the Chinese Scholar and Student Association for the past 5 years. And I realized that they're not doing much to connect American students and Asian students, not just Chinese, but Asian students in general. And then also, they do have connections in Chinatown with business, but they're not bringing those resources inside campus and share it with all the students. So what I'm trying to do is use culture and dance as a topic for us to really bring in other people into our campus. So currently I have 40 students and 6 alumni that's on this dancing team. We have 3 events every Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night now, and then Saturday afternoon. The Saturday afternoon class is cooperate with our Alumni Association, which means it's open to everyone. If you're not attending IIT, if you graduated from IIT, if you ever heard of IIT, you can come to this class and get to know our Scarlet Hawk spirit. And besides dancing, we have cultural events. We talk about what's going on in China and India and other stuff. And we're trying to bring in more students from not just China, but also we have Japanese exchange students, Korean students. We have Indian students. They have their ISO, but they're not doing much other stuff together with us, even though we all felt like, oh, it's such a mysterious country. There are so many cultural stuff that we can learn from, but they're not really showing us those parts. So that's something that I wanted to do as well. And since I am working full-time right now, I have resources, including alumni and other friends from work and friends outside of work that's working for Deloitte, working for IBM, working for different companies. I'm trying to invite those friends over and maybe give us a minute lecture, give us some insights on what's really going on in the work field. Instead of, for example, the business school is teaching us SPSS, which most of the companies are stopped using. And a previous company that I talked to, they are actually switching from SAS to Python. So those are things that only people who's working full-time will know, or people that's hiring will know, but we don't know. Our professor probably don't even know if they're not working full-time and teaching part-time. So those are the things that I want people to really bring into, knowledge that bring into the campus, and we actually get the chance to really network with people that's outside there instead of just hanging out with us. So this will be an organization not just dealing with students. I'm pulling in the Chinese communities that's either from Chinatown or from suburb, because we have a huge Chinese community in Naperville area in the whole southwestern suburb area. And then I'm trying to pull into students in there, and then also alumni association in here. I think you guys already saw the budget. It's around $5,000, because if we ever have any kind of lecture on campus, renting a room from school is going to be a few $1,000s, including the refreshment and everything. But if we can have someone who's the recruiter from Deloitte or IBM, I think that's totally worth it, right? What's the next thing? Okay, so we already talked about this part, and here's a picture that to show us. This gentleman in the middle, he's the ambassador of Chinese embassy in Chicago. We actually, the link is our YouTube page. We have performance at University of Chicago, DePaul University, Art Institute of Chicago, plenty of different locations. We perform for the Asian American Museum and other kind of gala show. And those are the chances that we're going to actually go outside and present to people who IIT students are and what we're like. And those are great opportunities because a lot of people are hiring, and we do have students who got hired or get the chance to really get into the door and talk to people.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll open the floor for 5 minutes for questions. Anyone has any questions? Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. You had a statistic: 40 students and 6 alumni.
Mm-hmm.
Are these people who are interested, or are they actual members?
They are currently active with us.
Okay.
So we have this kind of like WhatsApp group thing.
All right.
So I calculated we currently have 46 members inside this group that's active, that's talking to each other.
Okay.
And because we have 3 different events per week, some of them show up to the first one, some of them show up to the second one, some of them show up to the last one. So I cannot say for sure that they're all going to order. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Are you aware that, like, with you becoming a student corps and such, like that, SAF funds is only for IIT students, not for alum and not for community?
Right.
So you have to get
Right. So there's only one event, which is the Saturday one, that's for Alumni Association. So anything that's outside of that is not alumni related. And the Alumni Association one, I'll talk to Alumni Association and get funding from them. So anything that's Saturday, Sunday, will not be calculated in, say, this Monday through Friday thing. Monday through Friday event would be strictly on campus and for students. Make sense? Yeah.
So among your 46 members that you have currently, is there any sort of executive board structure or any form of leadership that will be able to carry this organization into the future in the years to come?
Yes, actually, during this past 5 years, I was teaching, but in the middle, I took a break 1.5 years to have my baby. So during this whole time, they were still able to function as it was, and this is the reason why I have this idea to do it the last semester before I graduate from the school, to at least leave something kind of like my legacy to my group.
Thank you.
Yes.
You mentioned that you were running the stance team under the Chinese Student Scholar Association.
Right.
Is that a On campus, are you talking
That
about?
is. I think it's called CSSA IIT.
So what was the issue with collaborating with them? Why can you no longer do that?
Because they are having events only or oriented to Chinese students. Instead of pulling in resources and share it with all the students that's on campus.
You had a picture of some people with the, yes, that one, with the Chinese ambassador. Can you tell me more about that? Like,
Right. That was a performance at University of Chicago. It was actually an event organized by the Chinese embassy, and then the CSSA of University of Chicago was the organization that's helping them with the whole event.
so this is a sister organization at the University of Chicago?
I'll say sister organization of CSSA IIT. So they have this whole Chinese Scholars Students Association, and their goal is to help Chinese or say international students that speak Chinese to feel like home, even that they're not home.
All right, but this is not the organization that you have.
No, it's actually an event organized by the Chinese embassy.
All right, okay.
Right.
Thanks.
So I think part of what he may be asking is, are the people who performed are they from your group?
Yes, they are. They're not CSSA students. They are our dancing group students.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
Very cool. Any more questions? Awesome. Thank you so much for presenting. Now we will move on to IIT Architectos presentation, and you're probably going to need to give me access. At least now this time it'll be a lot easier.
I mean, for general like preference, just like share it with everybody with like at IIT, don't like that way anyone can see it, including us.
I'll start putting that in the emails when I send them to new student orgs to do that, just in case we ever have to do something like this again, to share it with everyone with an IIT email. We have some comments on our Facebook Live. Is your name Mark Nigwood? Nathan?
Oh boy.
Is that you?
Oh, it's his. Oh dear.
Is that your friend?
Oh, I know him from SAE. Hi, Mark. You watching?
Hi, Mark. I wonder if you can tell how. We have 4 people watching. Hi, 4 people watching. Oh, we have 3 now.
We broke the 4th wall, guys.
Oh, you mean like?
Share it with me.
Oh, now we have 2.
Why does
I'm like eyes over there.
If you just change the share settings, if you just change the share settings to everyone with a Hawk email.
That's already done.
I was saying copy the link and send it again.
Who's this Mark Newgood guy?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was like,
I don't know, he wants to
Why is he saying things like hashtag
oh, we have
Make
8
America
people
Great
watching.
Again?
No.
Why does President Trump pocket so much money?
some nerd that just put no, it's
Should I like reply to that?
Don't reply to
He
it.
does
He's
like
contrarian.
yeah, that's just we get the body.
Okay.
That's fine, right? Might go to spam.
This is unprecedented area, uncharted waters.
check the email again.
check my email, see if it's shared with me.
I had him just give a link that's anyone, not that one.
How many tabs I have open now?
He's talking.
I meant just change
Sorry,
the
no.
email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Like the actual.
It won't let me open your email because
Do
you
you have a
sent it
message from
out.
Mark?
No, I meant yours.
I'm
Oh,
looking at the
okay.
stream. I don't
Hold
see
on.
where
It might have gone spam. It's not gonna show up.
What's it say? I can see it.
Uh,
Oh, great. Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just give me a head nod when you want me to change the slides.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start with this presentation now. You'll have 5 minutes to present, same as then. I'll give you 1 minute warning.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Paredes. I was in the Marine Corps. When I got out, I came to IIT in 2015. I am an architect major. When I came to IIT, I was looking for an organization or something I could relate to. I know we have AIA, but it didn't really call out to me. So when I heard about Arquitectos, I reached out to the prior president, but they had really not continued with the organization. So it was no longer active. So I'm here to reinstate Arquitectos. What Arquitectos is a professional organization of Chicago that was established in 1985, and they kind of do guide us and give us valuable resources for Latinos and IIT students, so we could get jobs after this, networking and whatnot. With Arquitectos, they're located in downtown. There's also one with the UIC, which we, as being informal organization, we do go over to their campus and participate in their events and whatnot. Ours is IIT, which was not active. So this is a little bit more of what the professional side does for us. They do host job fairs for Arquitectos and also IIT students that are interested in architect jobs. With Arquitectos, we have this 30 by 30, and what it is an exhibition where students can present some of their work that's been done at IIT next to professionals, and a lot of people go to these events and get acknowledgement of the student as well. That's just a few past the president and other members from Arquitectos in 2011. We also go to schools and just go to elementaries and try to reach out to community with helping children that may be interested in architecture by playing with Legos and just having an event that really relates to what we do, since a lot of younger Hispanics like myself didn't really know what architect they actually did or they do, so they could kind of have a feel for it and pursue architect in education. For IIT Lego City Summer, we participate in the summer. So what it is the whole community, everyone from Chicago, they send out flyers, and we build Lego City out of Legos. Self-explanatory. And so what? Go back 1 second. For what I want to do and accomplish, since it seems that we just keep either falling out of the organization, people are not interested, or we don't have the numbers, is it's open for all students, and being that IIT AQ will be reaching out to other organizations like SHIP and other Hispanic organizations that are out there, so we could kind of contribute more into IIT, what campus life is. So for a timeline that I've set up is reestablish Arquitectos in 2017. Spring will be Building Together, which is where we go out and help out a house and build, like helping with the roofs for the winter and installation. Summer of 2018 we'll have IIT Lego City again, and 2018 we are trying to start another project, and it's called Murals in Pilsen, which is all these murals that are being taken down or just painted over, and we want to protect them. So we're trying to reach out to the community and show them how murals relate to architecture as a community of Latino and Hispanic. And these are just other things we want to develop throughout the organization, projects like the one I just mentioned. And this is a picture of them doing the installation for the homes of the residents and contributing to Latinx at the gala in 2017. We're going to have another one in 2018. And it's all the Hispanic organizations at IIT.
Awesome job. Okay. And we will now have 5 minutes for questions. Ethan.
So I'm correct in stating that an IIT chapter of Architectos has existed in the past?
Yes.
Okay, what, if you know, for what reasons has this group since fallen out of favor and membership?
As of right now, when I came into first year, I could count how many Hispanics are in that whole year. So there's not that many of us, and I think that the whole name of Arquitectos kind of pushes other students to come and join the organization.
So essentially what I'm asking is since this organization has essentially lost membership and sort of fallen off before, are you going to be taking steps that would be needed to avoid falling down that same path?
That's hopefully what I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
Do you have a number of members presently?
Yes, currently we have 10 members. I have a vice president, secretary, and communications.
Okay. Are these people who would be showing up, or are these people who have said that they are interested?
No, they've been showing up.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you didn't really mention anything about budget,
Mhm.
but an estimate, what would you guys need money for and around how much is that?
Mostly for supplies and the artsy stuff that we kind of do with modeling and such. So it's not, I don't have a price range just because we haven't done an event like that. Mostly everything is volunteering, and it doesn't really cost much other than just food and what brings more members to the organization.
Okay, so the reason that we asked for you to bring some idea of budgeting is because we have to factor that in, and it kind of shows that you put some thought into what your programming is going to be. For example, you say that you might need food for events, but maybe you're having 2 events, or maybe you're having 17. So that's something that is kind of important in our decision.
Currently, my budget would be below 500.
Either did you have something? Sorry. You had your hand raised?
I mean, this.
Go.
Okay. So personally, I've seen seeing this organization fall and only having 10 members. I know you're trying to reach out to the student community, but this is a Latino-based group, and it doesn't seem to be even if you were gonna come and tell other people, how are you gonna convince them to join a Latin architecture group? I'm not really sure, because I know architects in general are very busy, and then if there's not that many Latinos doing architecture, I don't know how comfortable the rest of the student body would be, and I don't see how you're planning on keeping this alive.
Currently, I don't have the members that I do have are not just Hispanics. I do also have Caucasian and Asian members. So I'm trying to diversify, and it's not more for the Latino. It's just so the student body understands the Latino architecture side of what we are developing ourselves as Latino architects.
Okay, but how?
Okay, we're moving on. Morgan.
How do you differentiate yourself between the main architecture club on campus without specifically orienting yourselves towards Hispanic students? I think it's AIAS, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Well, in the AIAs and also I believe NOMAS, they ask for membership fees, and with us, you as a student like myself, I couldn't afford that membership fee. So creating just if you're a student, you're more than welcome to come
My follow-up question would be, is there almost a way for you to have your organization like under SHIP? So instead of having like a separate organization altogether, instead of just like working together with SHIP, so that you can almost like do your architecture like events with them and like almost like contribute to their organization overall, because they're just like a Hispanic engineering kind of community, which I think that architecture still really falls under.
Well, we do fall under like UIC, and like that's who I contribute to, and trying to just bring other organizations from IIT is more of, if they have an event, we'll go in and help them out, and they could do the same, vice versa.
Thank you. We're actually all out of time for questions, so thank you very much for presenting. I'm going to ask if you are a member here presenting, or if you are a member of one of the organizations, if you could please leave while we discuss and vote on your student works.
Are we good for tonight?
Yes, you're all good. You do not have to come back. You're all set. I will email you later tonight with the results. Thank you.
So I need to drive all the way back to neighborhood.
Thank you for coming.
You guys have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
Does someone mind getting the door?
Okay. Sorry, there's like a lot of random things open on your computer. And we're back. So I'll open up this presentation, and we have a motion to discuss OCD.
Move to discuss.
Second.
For
how long?
5 minutes.
Second.
Okay. It's been a really hard day for me, and I listened to this and I tried so hard, but I'm requesting clarification. You have the dance aspect, which I fully understand, and the cultural aspect, which I fully understand, and then this gets connected with the career part, and that's where I lose it. Where's the connection? Where's the connection?
I'm gonna let Trixie answer because she immediately knew what your question was and has the answer.
So, as an organization, they're going to have dance practice and dance events. They are also going to have networking social events, because there are alumni and hopefully in the future they think like members of the community who will be partaking in those events, and they can kind of mentor each other and share business advice and perspectives of people in the industry.
So I can join it and not be interested in dance, not do the dance, but still do the networking and vice versa. Okay, see, that's the part I don't like. I don't want to dance.
Yes, Morgan. And then
I want to respond to that too. So basically, how mentorship works, if you've ever had an older person be your mentor, is usually you have a common connection somehow. So for them, it's Oriental culture and dance. They basically have alumni come back in, basically dance with them, and then through that they can build connections through businesses and organizations. And so therefore that's how they get that mentorship aspect of businesses, is they have these alumni that are like, oh yeah, this person's so great, like of course I would want to hire these people.
Okay, see, I love that.
Beautiful. Okay.
I was just wondering, it seemed like her budget was like a little flimsy, like it was just like $5,000 flat, and then she said maybe for the food, and then mentioned about what about using the funds for student only activities. So I think that could be really, like, we should like hope to have a more detailed budget of what she would spend the food on more specifically, because I think $5,000 is like the safety amount maybe that she thinks she might need, and I just don't think that's a really good way to like budget yourself.
Yeah, so what they typically, just because obviously you are new, they will just give like an estimate, and then when they do an actual budget proposal is when they'll be like, we need X amount of dollars and X amount of cents for this food that we are having for this event. So they typically will just give like a rough estimate, Yeah, but that's definitely a good concern to have. Thank you for sharing. Monica.
So, Society of Asian Scientists and Engineers does exist on campus. However, there is no focus on cultural or oriental aspects of community, so this really differentiates itself in that way.
Cool, thank you. Yes.
Okay, kind of going back into the earlier conversation of connecting with alumni and stuff. Realistically, I mean, if alumni are going to be coming back and dancing, how high is that number of alumni going to be? How many alumni would be a part of this? That's one big concern for that. Overall, however, I do like what she has to say. She seems organized and she seems ambitious. But my other big concern is that because of that, she seems to be the big driving force behind this. And my question is, what might happen to the organization once she's gone?
I think the alumni are for like the weekends, how she talked about like the career, and I think she means more like the alumni come back and like help with what they do now, as opposed to being a part of the dance, because she said that the dancing is only the IIT students, and then the weekend is all the career and alumni events going on. So yeah, I think that's why the alumni count was so low, because maybe they don't have a lot living around here, or yeah, some of that. Nathan and Morgan.
Again, it's been a long day, but did she not at one point say that she took some time off the organization, whatever her little organization kept going?
Yes.
Okay, so that
a year and a half
shows that she's going to start it, she's going to lay some good foundation, she's going to get it to an official organization, so the goal is, and then she leaves, and we know that there's a high probability it's going to keep going, and that's pretty good for her.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ethan.
This is sort of unrelated, but am I correct that the official name of this organization would be Illinois Tech OCD? Because I guess
that's Oriental Dance and Culture.
Okay, yeah. I can suggest that.
It's an arguably minor point, but it's one that I still saw.
I mean, it is like up to her, I guess, but I can suggest that maybe.
You should tell her what OCD is.
Yeah, you're right. I need a motion to extend time.
Second.
5 minutes. Move to extend time for 5 minutes. 2 minutes.
Second.
There you go. Morgan.
So, alumni are coming back to dance. That's what she said about their Saturday things. Is they're like Saturday dance practices. So all of it's about dancing. But then it adds that mentorship level with having older people come back. So like, let's get that very clear right now. It's all about dancing.
It is all about dancing.
It is all about dancing. But it adds a level of mentorship, which is the connection to the outside group.
Okay, then that worries me a little bit again, because if it's all about dancing, how many
Also,
alumni want to
you
dance?
need to ask Alyssa to talk.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Sorry,
So-
Trixie's next. Okay, yes.
No, I'm done.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, hold on. Yes.
I will comment on that. So, like, I think that bringing in alumni and, like, other members of the community is really positive, because a lot of times we stay in our shell of, like, oh, this is kind of our, like, domain almost. So having, like, this thought of outreach, I think is really positive, because, like, most students who stay in the Chicago area are, of course, going to want to keep in contact with the organizations that they participated in, because they want to see them grow and develop and, like, continue to, like, foster in the IIT community. So,
I'm actually kidding. There should be like their alumni involvement shouldn't really be a concern, because this is like a student organization on campus. So whether or not they are having alumni come back is actually just a plus. It shouldn't like take away anything. So just to everyone, keep that in mind. Okay, yes.
I also wanted to point out that other organizations on campus have alumni involvement. So this would not be like a first or a unique thing.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Motion to vote.
Second. Oh,
Move to
that.
vote.
Oh, yeah, who's,
It's on my computer, so hold on. This is on.
trying to move the camera to the side.
What?
Excuse me. With my thermometer. It doesn't go by itself, it's not by itself. And there is a remote control, it's a little black remote control.
Alexis doesn't sound
It's supposed to be.
No, I tried to always my
She's getting it set up.
I knew that I'm good. Good job, cool beans. I knew I didn't. Don't worry, guys. I knew I didn't mess this up. Okay. Are we ready? Please vote now. It's open. For the OCD.
A is yes, B is no, C, D, E, F, G are abstain.
Yeah, A is yes, B is no. E, C, D, C, D, E, abstain.
Don't forget it.
Wow, we have 12 votes. Should we have 12, Erin?
9
Plus 3 VPs.
3 VPs, a judicial board chair, and a finance board chair.
So Lolly doesn't vote, but you vote, right? Or does we both vote? And we're at 16.
I'm at 13 votes.
Click your clickers again, guys.
14.
Keep going.
Are we sure that anyone's
Everyone, click your thing.
is it turned on?
We have 9.
It's 15.
It should be 4. We have 9 senators.
Plus, minus you too, so we're at 14.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
you're fine. You're fine. Okay. And so now we're going to discuss.
Wait, are you going to tell us if they
No, I tell you after, so it doesn't influence the vote of the second presentation. Because we always used to say that yep. We're good. And do I have a motion to discuss?
Architect.
I will discuss.
For how long?
5 minutes.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, who'd like to start? Okay, goals are, Erin.
Personally, I like his enthusiasm. It seems like he's really gung-ho about bringing this back to IIT's campus, and it's sort of like the way I got it from him is he does have a game plan, so I feel confident about voting him through, unless anyone has concerns about it.
Erin and then Nathan.
I think, so I was here when we voted that NOMOS became a thing, and that is for minority students, and specifically architecture related. So I want to know if there's something he can do with NOMOS. And I feel like one of NOMOS's key points was that you didn't have to pay the membership fee. So if that was truly his one point about the difference between AIAS, NOMOS, and him, that maybe there's a way he can work as a part of NOMOS. But, because I know that was one of the concerns that was brought up.
Trixie? And then
It concerns me that he didn't have a budget or any like programming listed out whatsoever. Especially because in the what is it? In the thing you ask for a budget, right?
yeah, I tell them to prepare a budget.
Okay. That seems kind of unclear at least.
I agree. You and then you.
As well-intentioned as he seems, the fact that this club has existed and died before doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. I would be more for the idea of it being under perhaps a ship or another club, as has been suggested.
Thomas?
I like how he has a bit of a general plan for the coming year in terms of the events he wants to hold. It's kind of a rough outline, but it's something. And I think that if he were to partner with another organization and bring those ideas, that would benefit both groups.
So there's an architect organization in UIC and there's one downtown, and it seemed like he needed to have his own here so he can get all these resources. I don't know That's just what I was implying. So that's kind of that would, if that's true, then that would be an argument to not have it be ownership.
Yes.
He might need his own organization. But if it's just like, I don't know, I just felt like he needed his own organization for IIT branch of that.
Yes, I do understand that. So. Yes, that makes sense.
I mean, if we're still like concerned about like membership issues, we can always have them come back in with a budget so that we feel more confident in the organization. So maybe that's something we can have them do is like if we choose to vote no tonight, it's not like, oh hey, this is no forever. It's like, oh hey, like here are the things that we need you to do so that you can come back in and be successful here.
Yes, Trixie?
Doesn't it take them like a full semester again to get in the line in the list and then?
Right now they should be able to present by the end of October.
Oh.
Yeah, we're booked. We have so many. I mean, it's
purely up to you. You could have more orgs come in.
I mean, it's up to you guys if you want like more than, because right now I cap it at 3 per meeting, just because I feel like by that 4th org we would all just be kind of sick of discussing orgs and listening to presentations. So yeah, I don't know if that's okay. Yeah, Tracy.
I personally think that amount of time could be beneficial to them if they decide not to go with it. It's telling because they're going to burn out anyways. And if they do, then they'll be much more prepared and they'll have like a lot more confidence and they'll meet our higher expectations.
Yeah. Nathan.
So he kind of had a budget. He verbally said a budget. Is it so important that he has a budget now, or because he's going to be doing
no
on this board, he can do a proposal and get denied and approved for certain things. So he has an idea, even though it's on the slides. He did have an idea of what he wanted.
I think
I don't know if that's really important for right now.
I think the concern was more that it was like he didn't, like Trixie said, he hadn't really planned out programming events. He just was like, oh, for arts and crafts, maybe around $500. And I think that's where Trixie's concern came in about how he didn't really have any budgeting with his programming events. Like he said, he does a lot of volunteering, so maybe that's just why he doesn't have a real budget.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. Kozar?
Motion, move to vote.
Second.
Okay. And it is open. Go ahead and vote. And we're all set. Okay. Okay, first, and now I will let you all know. Aaron, get ready. So IIT OCD passed with 12 yeses, 1 no, and 1 abstain. And the IIT Architectos unfortunately did not pass with 4 yeses, 8 no's, and 2 abstains. So I will email them back and just tell them a few pointers about what we talked about as what they can improve on, and then they'll be able to represent sometime in October, hopefully, and get themselves approved. So, Erin, do you have that?
Yep.
Down, perfect. Okay. And moving on. Nope, that's not it. And moving on. Okay, new business. Officer. Okay, and okay, so we're voting on the I wrote SGA. I meant to write SAC. It's the SAC SGA Senator. That's my bad. SAC said they were sending 3 candidates. Are they here? Okay. So what SAC's going to do is they're going to have their 3 candidates come up, basically give a brief bio about themselves and why they want to become the SAC senator, and then they will leave. We will have a discussion, and then we can vote on them. So if the 3 of you want to... What? 3. Yeah, we're voting on 1 out of the 3. Yes, thank you for that clarification. Okay, so the 3 of you want to come up and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Ashton Hess. I'm currently a freshman in social and economic development policy. I'm a first year on the lacrosse team, so I'm definitely new to IIT, but I feel confident that my skills and what I've done in high school kind of has prepared me for what this role would entail. athletics-wise, I played sports. I did 4 years of varsity lacrosse in high school, varsity Quidditch, started a club in my school. But I traveled. I balanced being a student athlete and being involved in my school in other ways. So I kind of really know, like, with such an academic focus at IIT, like, I had that in high school and I was able to balance that with sports. So I think I would be a really good representative. And then, like, more SGA government-wise, I did 2 years of debate, 4 years of competitive speech and drama in high school. One of my events was Student Congress, and I competed at the national level in that, so I'm really familiar with kind of like this format. I did youth in government, which is where you go to the state house and like you kind of do a mock legislature. And then I kind of had leadership positions in that, and then my senior year, I was the Speaker of the House, so I kind of ran this. So I'm really familiar with this. I really do have a passion for government. Outside of that, I volunteered and interned on a campaign for a guy running for our state senate. So I'm really, really passionate about government, and I would love to get involved in it here, and to be able to combine that with sports would be super awesome.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Evan Rubick. I'm a second-year architecture student, and this is my second semester in SAC. I'm a member of the men's volleyball team, and I'm also the team captain, and I'm running for SAC VP because I'm looking to bring cohesion between SAC and SGA, and I want to create a better relationship between the two, because right now there seems to be a disconnect, and I want to join those two. So.
Awesome, thank you.
Alright guys, how's it going? My name's Jake. I'm a third-year material science engineer. I'm on the basketball team. I've been in SAC this will be my 5th semester, and I'm running for I'm running for SAC vice president because I want to connect the two groups and take more of a leadership role and just kind of have more say in both groups. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. We'll do 5 minutes of questions if anyone has any specific questions they want to ask. Yes, Erin.
Ashton, do you have any goal, whether two candidates mentioned their goals for the semester of the year? Do you have any ideas about what you want to do with the position?
Yeah, I think definitely representing athletes on campus, both as individuals and as teams. I think sports are so crucial for those students, and to have that representation here, because they have it with their colleges, but I think having that side of it, because that's a whole other dedication. And I think I'm a first year, so I didn't really realize the disconnect, but being able to kind of bridge that gap, and to because this is where all students should have a voice, and we have that academically, but athletically, that's something.
Cool, thank you. So, a senator basically is supposed to voice concerns for their portion of the school. So, as a SAC senator, what have you noticed in the sports community that's so different from other IIT students in general, and how would that view of yours, view of sports, kind of impact Senate, and how would you bring forth those ideas to the table when you're working in committees? So, Jake, you can start.
I think just kind of making the athletic experience better by getting, games, and just kind of making people more aware of what athletes have to do, in order to play the sport. Obviously it's a choice, but there's a lot of, extra things that, have to be done. So I think making sure people are aware of that, and just, maybe having people come out for the games and stuff like that. So, just having it, I know people focus on academics here a lot, but, kind of shift that focus to do that for athletics too. That would be great.
Similar to him, I would also say cohesion. I feel like the athletic community is completely separate from the entirety of the rest of the student body, and I want to create an environment where everybody is able to go to more athletic events, because right now there really isn't a lot. So I want to be able to grow that and get a larger outreach out than just the small athletic community right now.
Something that I've kind of noticed here is that since we're D3 and smaller, like, we don't have the whole school shutting down for a Saturday and getting all together and going to a football team and kind of having that general community aspect on campus. And I think to be able to, the athletics is just one really good way to build that and to kind of bring students together, because I think like that's something where like having the athlete's perspective and trying to build that community, whether it be through other student organizations or just trying to encourage that in general on campus, I think that could be really positive, because I mean, it kind of like what I have gotten from SGA and talking to some people who are senators, like we're just trying to build community on campus and trying to do what we can to benefit the students. So I think athletics is just one route that would be really good to bring people together.
Thank you. Thank you all for, oh, sorry. Okay, we have time for one more.
So as you guys know, there's 4 committees in SGA, and you'll be asked to join one. Or I hope you know. If not, I'm informing you right now. There's events committee, there's student life committee, there's academics committee, and there's communications committee. How do you think your goals would fit into one of those committees specifically, or do you think that would be yes?
Okay, Ashley, you can start this one.
I think probably more so with events and trying to maybe build up the sports side, so then people are kind of more aware of the athletics, but then SAC kind of like gets that voice in like planning things on campus. So I think that would be a really good place to try and like bridge the gap and push goals.
I would say communications, just because SAC has outreach to only the student-athlete community, so if we are able to use SGA as a platform to reach a larger community, I think that would be beneficial to get more people out.
I think events too, like Ashton said, because there's different ways to get people out. If we can advertise events better, or have free food, or things that are going to get people out, I think my goals would probably be towards that group.
Thank you all so much for coming to speak to us. Yes, you all can leave. You don't need to come back if you don't want to. I will email you the results tonight. Yes, I will. Okay. Thank you. What?
My little sackies.
I don't like that's what you call them. I don't like that. Sackies. She should be here. I oh yeah, you shouldn't be here. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Are you a senator?
Yes.
Get out of town.
Well, I mean, after today,
Resign right now.
No. It's like the thing is that what we do with finance board, there's not enough people, there's not enough people. It's just because like you have bias easily. So I think that should be the point.
Well, but if she won't be a senator after
Like
right now.
But
So
the question is
like
if she can go home right now or not.
If I resign and you guys vote and I can go.
Wait, so we're supposed to have 18. If we drop to 17 and we have 8 people, then we're not at quorum still.
We have 9 right now.
Oh, we have 9?
But if I leave.
Then we'd have 8.
We'd have 8 out of 17.
Oh, sorry. And there would be 8.
What?
Can I resign?
No, because people resigning right now will just bring our ratio down.
No, if 2 people resign, wouldn't that keep it?
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, what?
Why haven't we inducted the new senators? Why haven't that? I think that just fixed it.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know if we have enough.
We did that like way too. It's too late to go back now. I say. Well, I mean, we could count her vote as like an abstain. I don't know how this works. Sit well.
Well, are you biased?
Sit well.
Like, yeah, wouldn't you technically be biased towards all of them? And in fact,
True, 'cause they're
someone
all-
who's very influential in this decision and should probably vote.
Because she knows the real reasons why they're all here.
She's not biased towards any one of them particularly.
that's
She's biased towards all of
she's
us.
human, isn't she? That's impossible to say.
Are we
Well,
all
I'm biased towards. Okay. Ow. Yeah. We are not discussing Liv's bias. I trust her judgment as a human being, and we're gonna continue with the vote.
Open to.
Because everyone is biased towards everyone. Like, I could be biased towards one of them even though I don't vote, but someone else could like me. So we're gonna, someone motion open a discussion.
Move to open discussion.
Second.
Just as much as she.
2 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay. We're starting discussion. Who would like to start? Nathan.
Factors to consider: how much they researched SGA, how much they prepared, relevant issues they brought up that are actually relevant, and just putting that out there. I think we all heard, it's all very clear, but just putting it out there, especially research for SGA, because we want someone who actually knows what SGA does and wants to help SGA and not just a resume boost.
I think that was clear.
I had to say it.
Yes. Anyone else have anything to say?
Are we allowed to advocate for anyone?
No, you're not. Sorry.
Never mind.
Okay. Are you? Did you motion to vote?
Yeah.
And you seconded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, move to vote.
Something is wrong.
Then you all die or die.
I'm gonna die.
This discussion while the clock is still running, so let's keep talking about these candidates. We've already moved to vote.
Just move to vote.
You want to vote, but you will still count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. This is gonna blow up, but I'm probably gonna die, so it's fine.
We're just not counting.
Okay.
We're doing it how judicial board and finance board does it.
This thing just started beeping. I don't know. It's open. A is for Ashton, B is for Evan, and C is for Jake Bruns. D and E are abstained.
And they went in this order: A, B, C.
Yes. So A is for Ashton, who's the girl. Evan was the boy in the middle, and C is for Jake Bruns. A Ashton, B Evan, C Jake Bruns, D and E abstain.
Is it open?
Yes, it's open. Oh, it stopped. We're at 12. We should be at 13, shouldn't we?
We should be at 13.
Everyone click them again, please. A for Ashton, B for Evan, C for Jake Bruns, D and E abstain. Yep, we're good.
Okay, very good.
Can I present the results now?
Yes.
Ashton wins with 9 votes. Evan and Jake Bruns both had 1 and 2 people abstained.
Yay!
Yay! So yay to Ashton. That's very exciting. Oh, sorry.
I just told her who won.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so that's exciting. Did you get those numbers? Do you need those numbers? Yes?
I got them.
Nice. You're so good at that.
Look at me.
Okay, and now for Judicial Board, we are voting in Shauna Jumper as Justice on the Judicial Board. Is she here?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you like to come up and introduce yourself and just give us a quick why you want to be on Judicial Board kind of thing?
Basically, you do the same thing that
Yeah,
you just
they
watched.
just did. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Shauna Jumper. I'm a second-year chemical engineer. I want to join J-Board because I think it's a good way to be able to implement change on campus. I guess without having to do too much work, just because I'm busy focusing with school. Is that it?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Morgan.
So, why do you think you're qualified to be on Judicial Board?
Okay. Well, I'm not in any other student organizations, so I can give always can give a truly non-biased opinion.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Any more questions? Yeah.
Have you had any have you ever dealt with finance board before?
No, I have not.
Do you? Okay. So judicial board basically works directly with finance board because judicial board listens to hearings that finance board basically says no to. So overall, if she doesn't
that's why that question was posed. It does have importance. My next question would be.
Okay.
Does anyone have a question?
Any other questions, please? Yes.
Would you be willing to actively work with the current finance board chair and judicial board members to, kind of build your repertoire?
Yeah, I would be. I've never done anything like in high school. Never did like government things, but I guess I was always kind of like interested. So like I know Lolly, so I thought this was like a good way to kind of get my foot in the door, kind of.
Cool. Thank you very much. Okay, there's no more questions. So if you could just go outside and discuss. You actually don't have to come back. I will email you the results later.
Okay.
So if you want to go, or we can let you know when you want to come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So you also have to step out of the. No. Okay.
She lost that one.
Yeah. Oh yes. You won that one. Can I start? Oh wait.
We have to open discussion for 5 minutes.
Second. I can't do that. Can I start, Alyssa?
Yes, you may.
So, Lolly, please tell me why you think that this girl would be a good judicial board candidate.
She also told me she was very interested in getting involved on campus, specifically with SGA. So this was like a chance for her to see something like it. And in comment to one of your questions, Nina and I have planned a information sessions for the judicial board so that everyone on the board knows the finance board guidelines. That's never been done before. So like when I joined that, like I wasn't aware of all that, but that's something that I want the board to be aware of. But since I don't have a full board yet, that's why we have training and learning all that. So just putting it out there.
Tracy. Sorry.
So I am gonna state the obvious. She seems kind of unprepared. I don't think that inexperience is a reason not to, accept someone, especially since we have no other candidates. But I do feel kind of in a tricky place here because something that stood out to me really is like, I want to get involved in something that won't take too much work. And that's like, maybe I'm looking too far into that, but that seems concerning to me because if I'm wrong, correct me, but it is a lot of work, right?
So, the main time commitments for criminal justice are the trainings that we're going to have, and then being there for hearings. So the amount of hearings depends on how many appeals we have and whether or not I can. So it varies. But I think in terms of time, people think that like as in like Senate, how you have the council on the night. I think that's what she might have recommended, but I did talk to her about like what would be required of us. She seemed to understand that. So
And I mean, like, there's more to work than, sorry. May I finish my question?
Oh no, you're fine. It's just I'm trying to get you guys on the camera while you're talking, but it's just really difficult, so I'm just not gonna bother. Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's more to like the hard work it would involve than just the time commitment, I'm sure. I just want to make sure she's like, I trust your judgment on this. Like she's willing to be committed and to extend effort.
Nice. Morgan?
No, he's
Nina
first.
responds.
Oh, go ahead.
Just like, I'm kind of working with the judicial board. I'm trying to almost up the responsibility that G board has. So there would be a little bit more than she's probably signing up for right now. But in terms of like time commitment, that is like the least time commitment of all three budget. I mean, all three branches. So, it's just
You had a question, Wendy?
No, sorry.
Okay, Morgan.
Okay, I guess my main concern is like passion. Like I think that most SGA people that return and that are actually very diligent in their work, are incredibly passionate about what they do here. And I think that that's what made me really nervous when she was up there talking, was that she just didn't really seem like she knew why she was here.
Okay, Erin? Okay. Erin?
Just like comment to that, I mean, I feel like when most people, not most people, but some people do sign up for SGA not knowing what they're getting themselves, like they just don't know, and they do want to find out by just kind of diving in. So, I mean, like I showed up, and I feel like if I had to stand up in front of all you guys and say something like that the first day I walked into a Senate, I would have come off the same way. But I'm still here. Like I want to run. I'm running again to be a senator. I'm the secretary. Like, so, I mean.
I think I'm gonna say something because we're basically out of time. But I trust that Lolly will end her term if she is not fulfilling the jobs that she needs to be doing, or if she's not doing them unbiasedly or doing them well. So I think that whether or not she's inexperienced is okay, as long as she is like putting in like her effort and like doing whatever she can for Lolly. So I don't think that whether or not she was here tonight to present. So I think that at least shows that she wants to give this a try. So, Chris.
I think that perhaps in the future we should make pushes to, convince people that this is as serious of an organization as it is, and there's plenty of resources online to, at least see what you're signing up for, just in terms of what the definition is of like judicial board. I think putting someone on the spot like that, it's like hard to get an accurate representation of who they are or why they're here. But I think that maybe in the future, like I do trust your judgment, and I trust that you would end the term if it's not going well. But I think that in the future we need to push for people to be prepared for things like this, because that was
Yes. Morgan, we're gonna have a final comment from Morgan before.
Yeah. Final comment is that whenever we bring in someone to nominate, we want them to be just as passionate and as knowledgeable about their position as they're going to go into it. So it's not that they need to be trained for it, it's just that they need to know what they're getting themselves into. Other than that, it's judicial work. And I think that being said going forward, that's the qualities that we need to hold up to future people coming in, not this time, because this isn't a discussion we've had.
Yes.
That's how we can look at it.
Yeah. So now that we have our expectations clear for the future, all of the chairs are aware of that, and so they can make sure their candidates are fully prepared. However, do not hold that against her because she was here and she wants to give it a try. So, okay. Voting is open. A for yes, B for no, C, D, E abstain. Should have 13, 14. We should have 14 because you're voting. Everyone do it again. I need one more vote.
No, you don't. Sinwali doesn't vote.
Oh, you're not voting? So we got 13. Okay.
Okay, who won?
Well,
did she pass?
She passed with 9 yeses, 2 noes, and 2 abstains. Okay. We're moving on. She's gone? Yes.
Hi guys. I'm student government president. My name is Morgan Peters. If you haven't met me, there's a few new faces in this room. So here's my president's report. First on the table is the honorary degree. So I just got informed that I get to participate in this, and what the honorary degree is basically the school awards out a honorary degree to basically people that they think are influential in the university. So in that way, not in the university, sorry, outside of the university. So a lot of people that they're looking at is like governors of Illinois, like kind of like people that are highly influential to IIT and that could influence IIT in this way. A lot of commencement speakers are people of the honorary degree. So as the student government president, I get to sit and help them choose who will get this honorary degree, but also the student government president gets to bring forward candidates to receive this. So
from all of you, if you guys know anyone or have any interest in researching and bringing forward people who you think could influence IIT for the better and maybe would want to speak at convocation, please let me know. Next, Alumni Mentorship Program. This is really exciting. The Alumni Association is basically bringing forward this idea to basically make a portal for where alumni can sign up to mentor students at IIT. So in this way, I'm really excited because we're going to partner with the Alumni Association to kind of pilot this. Further details will come up as they finish finding alumni who want to participate in this, but I think it's a very exciting and new way to kind of get kind of this mentorship experience through a different kind of association. Next, participation on the Student Speak Survey. So right now I'm the only SGA person sitting in the Student Speak Survey, but the Student Speak Survey is incredibly important because it is highly influential to the departments that the Student Speak Survey overlooks. So if you want to come hang out with me or just be a part of the Student Speak Survey, because that sounds like so much fun, because it is fun, you should also contact me because I need some people to help me out and do that with me. Next is Us, Them, and You, a series of training and discussions intended to meet the health and wellness needs. So basically we're having student health and wellness advising. So it's basically kind of like FAB and TAB. Sweet. So things like that. So that's kind of exciting that I just thought I would bring up. Next, syllabus day changes. I have personally been speaking with the provost or Dr. Urgel and Dr. Friedman, who are also people that Golzar works directly with. And they're basically the faculty council chair, and they're like incoming and outgoing. And so they have this big interest in kind of pushing a change to syllabus day. So you guys know how you go and sit in class, and your professor kind of like, yeah, like here's the syllabus, don't cheat, and then kind of like begins teaching. So it's usually like a 5 minutes of kind of like, here's what my website looks like, here's where the homework is, like let's start class. I think that this is kind of like a very poor way to kind of set up the class for students because it kind of leaves you like lost. You're kind of like sitting there going, well, like I don't really know who this professor is, and like I don't really know what this is going to do for me, or like where this class is going to take me. And that's kind of how I want to see it changed, and that's also how these people want to see it changed, is basically instead of having just like a 5-minute kind of intro, it's going to be more of like a, hi, I'm your professor, here's what I do outside of this class, like I have the research, I work, I do this, like this is me. And then in addition to, this class is going to impact your future how, and also kind of like where could you see jobs take you, and also where will this course take you in your other courses. So like if you're like me and have many paths of CS, like sometimes it's really nice to be told, if you like this class, go take these 2 classes also, because this makes sense. And in those ways, changing syllabus day like this would be better. Does anyone have any questions or like comments about this specifically? Does anyone disagree with it, like it, dislike it? Anything? Yes, no, yes, no, no? Okay, all right, moving on. Still looking for senators. Okay, so you guys probably take classes with students who you think would be highly impactful in your life. So we are still looking for 3 College of Science senators. So if you know anyone, send them to SGA. We want College of Science senators. We need 1 Stewart School of Business senator, and we need 1 School of Applied Technology senator. So those are our positions that are open right now. Just putting that in your heads if you have friends that are interested, or if you have, I don't know, students that you see participating in class that might want to come out and help us, because we want a full body in participation. Cool. What?
Can you make that face, please?
What face?
The one that you put up there.
I don't know.
Okay. Good. Questions?
Yes.
Are senators getting sworn in today?
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Okay. Other question. I'm sorry. What is the Student Speak Survey? You didn't really go into that.
Oh yes. I forget that not all of you are 4th years. So the Student Speak Survey is basically this like 50 60 question survey that goes out about basically different groups on campus that applies to student life. So
Not organization groups.
it can be. So this year, like one of the groups that we're talking about doing is union board. So there will be questions basically about like how students have been impacted by union board, like if they go to events, what events did they like from union board, what events do they not like from union board, kind of like what would they like to see in the future, things like that. In other ways, this applies to like OTS, food, all of that. There can be questions about anything having to do with student life. And in that way, students are the ones who put this on. They're all questions that are made by the students, and students get to interact directly with the different groups that basically the surveys are about. So, for example, union board, you participating would basically go in and have a discussion with union board about what you liked and disliked about union board, and kind of like what you wanted to see, what they wanted to see impacted by these questions, and what you wanted to see impacted by these questions, and kind of like how this survey could directly affect them. We've had major campus changes because of a lot of these surveys. Like OTS has made some major moves, and also I know that some of the other offices have also kind of pushed in different directions depending on kind of what students said about their offices. Any other questions?
Another question about the same thing.
Yes.
What would we be doing if we were involved with this?
So you would basically participate in meetings, and then you would be contacting the group that you decided to survey.
Okay.
Yes. The meetings are with the Student Speak survey, so they're about kind of like the questions that you're going to make. They're about how you would directly contact these people, and then also kind of how you can like make your survey questions better, because you're the person who is writing the surveys.
If you have any more direct questions for Morgan about the Student Speak survey, you can email her about it. Unless it's
Question.
okay. Yes.
Can you clarify us, them, and you? Is this outside of Student Health and Wellness Advisory Board? Is it part of that advisory board? Is it an event that they're putting on?
From what I understand, it's kind of like a drop-in time. Each one of them is going to have kind of a theme to it. This one is themed around DACA stuff that just kind of is happening, that is up there right now. You go in, you don't have, so like normally you go into student health and all that, you have to get signed in, you do an intake with a counselor, and all these steps. This is just going in and talking to somebody, maybe for 5 minutes, maybe for 10 minutes, maybe for 20 minutes, in a group setting, and you take on.
So yeah, like just as Brian said, it's essentially just like an event series that's being done by the Student Health and Wellness Center, and essentially like because of the advisory board that like I sort of tried to establish between us and the department, like we would, SGA would sort of like approach this like just to like see like how we can help to facilitate student involvement and like some of the more logistics behind the event. But essentially, like to answer your question, it is just like a drop-in, drop-out event series that you're looking to be doing throughout the academic year.
Thank you very much. Good job, Morgan. And moving on to Gozar. Want me to click here?
Wait, not.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so yeah, my name's Golzar. If you don't know me, like Morgan said, there are a lot of new faces in here. And yeah, I'm the VP of Academic Affairs. So I'm going to jump into the ITP involvement, since for the new senators, that's something that all of you guys are going to be involved with. So what that means is that each senator will get either 1 or 2 ITP classes that they'll be assigned to, and then they'll go to the ITP class, introduce themselves as a senator, and say, yeah, this is what SGA does. This is how you can get involved. Talk about finance board, talk about Senate, talk about judicial board. I came up with the script already, so you don't have to worry about that. Ideally, we're gonna have students who, senators who are in that college go to that ITP. Might have wiggle room, we'll see what happens, but that's what that's about, so look out for that. And then yeah, can you click there? All right, so last week in the UGSC, it was a beautiful time, and they said no to this graduating with honors thing. And so they all looked at me and was like, yeah, the SGA representative can make a new one, and I almost cried. So this is what I made. So the original plan is that you have to have 60 credit hours here at the institution to be allowed to get honors when you graduate.
I'm sorry, can you zoom in a little bit?
Sorry, yeah. So
it's up there. There you go.
Yeah.
And so the original layout is cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and that's the GPA requirements. Now, to get summa cum laude is really, really hard, and so is magna cum laude. And the reason that they wanted to change it was that you have to take more credit hours here at IIT in order to get honors. When Akash, the former VP of Academic Affairs, brought this to SGA, everyone was like, no, this isn't fair for transfer students. Because we have friends who are transfer students. Probably there's transfer students in this room right now who understand the struggles of when it comes to finances or just academics or whatever, that yeah, like I couldn't go to IIT all 4 years. Big whoop. It's not fair. So what I did is I made this new system where the different honors are spread apart equally, so that every student, whenever they're in one of these like levels, it's all separated, I guess the same, if that makes sense, versus the previous system when it wasn't. And then if you scroll down, thanks ma'am, I talked about how there were how it's unfair for certain students if it's longer than others, and I talked about how this, I'm actually really proud of this. This part is about that if we make it easier for IIT students to get honors, then we're limiting our own education. And I said, well, if more students are getting honors, that means the curriculum is getting easier, or we're getting smaller students, so that means the faculty has to change it. It's not our problem, it's your problem. That's basically what I did. I'm really happy about that. So, if there's any questions, if you guys are like, want me to change anything about it, I'm gonna propose this on Tuesday at the next UGSC meeting. Wish me luck. Tell me what you think. I'll only like literally like 3 minutes.
Can you go up a little bit and document? Because I think okay, so in the proposed system, if your GPA is 3.65, what do you get?
You get magna cum laude.
No. Wait, 3.65?
3.65.
You get
it would round up.
You get a loophole.
Wait.
Change it right now.
Would it not round up to a 3.7?
No.
So this should be.
I'll change it, man. You're right. Crap. All right, so it's gonna be. No, it's. I'll do it. It's gonna be then a 3.4. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a 3.4 to a 3.649, and then 3.65 to. I'll figure it out later. I want to figure it out. So, sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, anything else besides my dumb math?
3.65. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's good.
You'll like it?
In theory, is there supposed to be a certain percentage of the student body that gets honors?
No.
Or, so it's just like kind of.
It's just you have to have 60 credit hours
Okay.
at IIT, which I think it's fair. That's like 2 years here. I don't know why they're big babes, but yeah.
So like, did you mean to like do like a 3.5?
What do you mean?
So you want to lower like it to a 3.4 instead of a 3.5?
Yeah, I want to lower it and make it more equal per each level.
Because as you can see right now in the current, you only only 0.1 and 0.1 are the top two, and then it's like 0.3 for the smaller one, like cum laude. So she just wants it to be more distributed.
How does this answer faculty concerns about honors?
So their concern with honors was that it was easier to get it and that more students were getting it. And so my take in it is that that's not a bad thing, and that means our students are just getting smarter, and that your curriculum is probably just not up to par anymore, and that's your responsibility. And because us as students, when this was proposed, all of us were so happy and jumped to it and said yes. And looking at other institutions, this proposed system is what most universities do. No other university does it as hard as we do.
I think my then conversation is, how do you basically convince the faculty that their issue with it being easier is to fix it, is to make it easier?
Yeah. So that's just something I'm gonna have to vocally say to them.
Yes,
the
that's
group
what
with
I
that.
want to hear right now.
Oh, sure. Okay, can you say it one more time so that I can?
How do you convince faculty that basically their issue of it being too easy is to solve it by making it easier?
Okay, so I would say that students who are getting honors right now, and that made it's increasing, and that's because either IIT students are doing a lot better, or that the curriculum isn't as hard as it used to be, or it's just we're good at it now, or whatever. And so, therefore, IIT faculty can take this new proposed system, making it easier for the students and celebrating more of the fact that we're doing good. This is going to give me a headache regardless during that UGSC meeting, and with what they tell me anyway, it was just going to be add on. Okay, so
Are
I
these
don't know
comments
who
like
raised.
for goals are for her proposal, or are they something?
that we should,
Yeah,
in the interest of time.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's a direct comment to goals are about her proposal, you can email her and she will definitely like have a conversation with you
Or
about it.
talk to her after.
Yeah, or you can talk to her after.
Not so far.
Yeah, no. You can email her for
But
sure.
yeah.
But are any like general? No.
Alright, cool. Thanks, you
Cool
guys.
beans. Thank you. In the interest of time, because some of us have 6 a.m. practice in the morning. Communications. Oh, you have no report today? That's awesome.
I'm gonna make it real quick. Time me. It's gonna be a minute 12 seconds.
It's
Let's
okay.
go. Instagram's made. Done. Meme page is live. Done. Yeah, we have a meme page. It was a joke, and the SGA said, "Hey, let's do it." So I said, "Okay." Now it's public. Done. Next. Portal looking great. Good. 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 All right. Next. SGA site's doing well. Ooh, we're getting 500 pages. Ooh, views. Ooh. Next. Good. Next. I don't want to do Facebook anymore. I'm not doing it. So no, someone else is gonna do it. Next. You fools! I'm not done. Okay. We got a Halloween haunted house. We're gonna do some cool volunteering for the children. We're gonna do a haunted house. I'm not putting it together. I'm not saying I am. This is just a copy and paste Facebook quote. I couldn't even copy and paste the text. So there you go. It's gonna be October 27th from 5 to 7. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. It's for the Boys and Girls Club. Jelani, if we all remember from last year, Jelani's doing this. He did it last year. He's doing it again. It's gonna be a great opportunity if you want to help some kids during Halloween and really scare them. So if you're interested, there it is. Email me, email Jelani, go on ITSC, find the post. I'll be there. Scaring kids is fun.
comment
A minute
on
12
this?
seconds, hold on. Thank you.
It's literally terrifying. The kids put on I went to this last year, and it is terrifying what these kids. You should just go and go. Oh wait.
Sorry, I got the meeting.
If you know, you know.
Okay. So this is a project I'm really excited about because I was working on this from when I first was a senator. So this is like year 2, and we finally got it through. So if you go on the My IIT portal, in the student life section under the student speak box, there's a little box that says SGA, and it has a bunch of stuff, and I'm really excited. And then also there's a food advisory board meeting this Thursday at 3:15 in the Pritzker Club. In the Pritzker Club, in like that little room in the back, the conference room. No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And the survey from the consulting group about housing and recreational facility got 1,000 responses, which is awesome. And thank you if you did it. If you didn't, thank you for existing anyways. We're having extensive Vandercook access issues, which is like for the past like 3 years, we've been asking OTS, and not just like we at SGA, but like the dean of students has been asking OTS, pushing them to like provide access for Vandercook students to. They don't have access to the Wi-Fi. They don't have access to the library. They don't have access to many other things. Yes. To Hawklink, they couldn't vote in this election, SGA election, because they don't have access to log in, so that's an issue. And working on it, come talk to me after if you have ideas, suggestions, concerns, issues. Also, come talk to me after if you have suggestions for what you want to see from Student Life Committee this year, semester, whatever. Our projects are like moving forward, so at alarming rates, so come suggest to me after this meeting. Okay. Yes.
The portal's live. I didn't know it was actually live.
Yes.
Everybody go look at it.
Go look at it, guys.
Go on my IT. Go to Student Life. It's beautiful actually. It's fantastic.
Cool. Yes.
Just remember the dead birds thing? Was that?
Yes.
That was
So here's the issue. There was a concern brought up, and a valid concern about there's a lot of dead birds outside SSV, and this is a matter of life and death, sir. Okay, so we've been reaching out to the facilities managers about it, and they have protective glass up so that the birds will see it and not run into it. I'm not entirely sure that.
The reason I ask is because I didn't hear anything about it, but I walked by and there's like little clear stickers.
There have been, yes.
Yeah, they're falling off.
Okay, well, so I don't think that the stickers are preventing any birds from dying, and I'm also pretty sure that maybe half of the dead birds or all of them come from the train, them running into the train, because it's right below there. I could be wrong. This is an ongoing issue, the dead birds.
It's like the
special selection? Okay. Yes.
I've recently seen one, so they're...
Okay, so we have a witness to the dead birds. It will be an ongoing project, along with safety on State Street and other things. But yeah, suggest to me. I'm done. Thank you.
It's a little bit disconcerting. The dead birds, yes.
All right. For those of you who don't know, I'm the finance board chair. Hello, hello. All right. So our first hearing, we distributed about $250,000. Yay to all the organizations who got money. Second hearing, advising. Advising is next week, and the calendar is already up. Please, if you're part of a student organization, sign up for an advising time slot. You have until September 24th to sign up for an advising time slot before I knock you out, and you have to wait till next semester. So the third hearing is November 25th, and why I say next semester is because November 25th is only for next semester's budget. So even though it's the third hearing of this semester, the money needs to be only for spring. And advising is November 6th through 10th, and anyone can ask for money for spring 2017. One thing new about the second hearing though. So usually we have it on a Saturday, 2 weeks after, but it was a big problem for doing it that Saturday. So instead, it's kind of going to be like a week-long journey, and I'll tell you guys like the dates and times later if you want to know. But we're basically not going to be meeting that Saturday, so please tell me, don't show up. It's not going to be fun. You can show up to the other ones though. Right, sweet, awesome, thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Claudia, I'm Chief Justice. In terms of Judicial Board, we still have 3 open spots, and I have people that I'm interviewing right now, this week and next week. And currently we do have some appeals, so we're looking at them and seeing if there's going to be hearings for them. That's it.
Awesome. So Adina couldn't make it tonight, but we all still love her, and she does lots of projects. If anyone on events committee has anything they want to share or add, you can on her behalf. If not, I'm more than happy to move on. Okay, we're moving on. So Senators Report, for those of you who are new, this is where senators can talk and share updates about their projects or anything they feel is relevant and important. To add your report here, you can email me at adeluca@hawk.ia.edu with the subject, or just say like, hey, I have a report or something. That's really formal. Yeah. So SGA Spotlight, this is where we highlight senators who go above and beyond their expectations. If you notice someone doing a great job, please nominate them at 10-year-old SGA Spotlight. For those of you who are new senators, it's something you can look at. And now...
Wait, what is that SpongeBob doing at the bottom?
Yeah. I put that in 3 weeks ago, no one noticed.
I did not notice that.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Open. Things go back 2 slides so I can write down your email.
Oh yeah. ADELUCA @hawk.iit.edu.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Open. This is not actually open floor. The the voting results are in open floor.
Closed floor.
What? Oh yeah. So Senate elections.
Yay.
I put in. So our total votes was down from last year, but that's okay. It's about the same. So we're up a lot from my freshman year, which is good. So that's awesome. Okay. I put in a slide before them all. Oh. So now it's like Lewis College, Congratulations, Michael.
Is he here?
Are you here?
No, he's not here.
He's not here, but
Moving on.
Well, I have to write down to email Michael. I don't know.
We're gonna email all of them.
I'm writing it down.
Okay, yeah, you're writing it down.
Got you.
Now, student school visit. Yes, you beat abstained by 6 votes. Yeah, you got 10 votes.
Oh my god.
If you beat it by 6 votes, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. College of Architecture. Congrats, Christina and Erin. Are you guys here? Congrats.
Yeah, we're here.
School of Applied Technology. Congratulations. College of Science. Congratulations. Arbor College. So fun people. Congratulations, everyone. Yeah, Capital represent. We have so many. 1, 2, there's 7. And, okay, so now.
Wait, does everyone know if they won or not?
I went through that really fast.
Not very fast. Does everyone know? Is anyone confused?
If you're good. Okay, so everyone who is just sworn, who just got elected, can you please stand up? Okay. And you will read this all together, and where it says surname, please just state your name, your own name, don't say surname. And go.
I, Senator, do hereby
justice, support, and defense the Constitution and bylaws of the Government Association of Illinois. I vow to fulfill my obligations to the constituents and my duties as senator to the best of my ability. Congratulations, you're officially senators. Okay. What?
Wait, we're not done.
In the future, if you have anything to discuss in open floor, please also email me or the SGA email.
If you won, stay.
Yes.
Now do it.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
wait, say
Okay,
that
we're
again.
adjourned.
If you won,
Can I
stay.
address this?
Say it again, but this time
Or
say
would you rather I
everybody
don't
focus
accept
on me
that?
for 1 second.
I would rather you
Everyone
not
focus
extend
on me
time.
for 1 second.
I'm so sorry. Is it about tech news?
No, it's just like give them just a general like congratulations and
Oh, go ahead, Ethan. Ethan
Okay,
has something to
so
say.
as an outgoing senator, I just want to say to all of our new senators who are in the room right now that I hope you'll be able to like perform your positions to the best of your ability. I'm sure that like you all managed to get into it, and so we're putting our faith in you as the student senate to be able to relay the concerns of your respective academic colleges and the rest of the students to the best of your ability. And also do keep me apprised of all of your project progress once you get started. I can help you write some articles on that.
And blog.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Erin, for letting me use your computer.
If you're a part of Senate, stay. If you just got elected, go to the area.